So Sam, everybody talks about St. Louis. That was not a territory. That was like Houston. That was one city that was booked by one man that was different than everything else. Sam did his own television. Sam shot his own programs and his own angles and did it specifically for St. Louis. Sam, I don't know how often St. Louis worked. I don't think it was every week, but St. Louis was the place. If you were going to be an NWA champion, man, you had to go to St. Louis, get over, man. If you won the Missouri title, the Missouri championship, then by God, a lot of times that was the next step to being the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So Sam ran it very much like Paul Bosch. He brought in talent from all over, different territories. Everybody would come in and work for Sam. Sam paid very well. He was an honest guy. Sam was another one. He stood by. If it's advertised, we're going to deliver. And if you screwed Sam and you no-showed, you were persona non grata. Sam could be very vindictive. But Sam was his main, I guess, other than booking St. Louis and running St. Louis, Sam was the president of the NWA for so many years that what he did was, if you wanted to book the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, you went through Sam, and Sam kept the book for the championship. So Sam, in many ways, was the booker of the NWA title. Whoever that champion was, you had to go through Sam, get the dates, and then Sam would make sure that the champion was there. Unless it was Harley Race and it was Houston. But Sam was money motivated, as a lot of us are, and felt that there were make-believe rules, and the NWA had bylaws, and there really is an NWA rule book. That actually existed. And Sam, they would write up all these rules and stuff that it meant nothing in a business in which we're all about entertainment and entertaining the audience and it's gaga. Okay. This isn't a real competition here, Sam. And Sam treated it that way, though. And Sam brought to St. Louis a variety of different talent, so that it wasn't regulars, man. It was in many ways the best of the best, because guys wanted to work in St. Louis. They wanted to get over in St. Louis because they saw the possibility of, man, if I get over in St. Louis, Sam likes me, I got a shot at being the champion. So you wanted to work there. You wanted to do well there. And it was funny things. I love the story of Jack Brisco. Jack Brisco goes to Japan, and Japan would love to do these things where they would have the champion drop the title to Giant Baba. Okay. Well, Baba could never get that approved by the powers that be in the NWA, like Sam Mushnick. Sam's like, oh, we're not going to do that. No. Don't want Baba to be the champion. Champion would get over there. Baba would come in with a briefcase, $25,000 or something, whatever that may be, and said, here, I'd like you to drop the title to me tonight. I'm going to drop it back to you the night before you leave. And here's $25,000. Guys did it. Jack Brisco did it. Harley Race did it. And when Jack came back from Japan, Mushnick met him at the airport and said, hey, I want my cut. Told you we're not going to drop the title to Bobby. You did it. I know you got paid to do it. I want my cut. And Jack looked at him and said, Sam, I made the trip. I made the tour. I made the deal, and you're not getting a penny. And Sam tried to by God, I'll get my money. He says, you're not getting it from me. And as the story goes, they sat there and argued for a while. And, what's Sam going to do to Jack Brisco? What's pretty much anybody going to do to Jack Brisco?
Right.
Unless, you're going to shoot him with a shotgun or something. But it was like the time that the Ole Anderson wanted the Road Warriors to break Jack and Jerry's legs. And the Road Warriors came and told Jack and Jerry, and they said, "Hey guys, if you want to try. It's not going to turn out good for you." And
good for you.
And Road Warriors went out and worked a hell of a match with them. Jack and Jerry came back with 4 good legs. So Jack's not one that would be intimidated, and Jack kept all the money. Same thing with Harley. Harley was like, know what, man, I'm making these trips. I'm doing this. And you didn't have the internet then, man. You didn't. The only thing that happened with Baba is the Japanese press was so prevalent that they kind of had to recognize it, but they didn't really recognize it. In some places you saw it, but in others, they'd make an excuse. Oh, that wasn't a sanctioned championship match. Or earlier in the match, Baba hit Jack with a closed fist, and that should have been a disqualification, so we can't recognize the title change. That kind of crap. So that Jack would have an uninterrupted title reign. But so Sam thought he had a lot of power, and he did. He really did. But it was, what'd they get? Tell me what they got. They got one guy who had a belt with three letters on it. What was it? So he booked a title, is what he did. And in the day, it was in your territory, you wanted the champion. And you wanted the champion, to be on your shows. And so you had to go through Sam Mushnick to get that done. And then as you realize, guys like Roy Shire, it's like, why am I paying dues to a guy in St. Louis to book a guy that I could get booked on my own? Or I can make my own world champion. And I can have him every week. And I can book him out. Vern Gagne. Yeah, I made my own world champion. New York. Man, we got our own world champion. Fritz. I'll make my own world champion. Southwest. I'll make my own world champion. So the NWA lost its prestige and lost, really any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Credibility. When people just saw through it, that it was just a money grab. And okay. And then Crockett, Crockett made the last $35,000 payment or whatever it was for the deposit for the championship, and kept the belt, kept the title, kept the champion, kept everything. And he started booking, that was with Ric Flair, and he started booking him. So it was, for its time, I guess it worked, and you needed that. But, in a business that is entertainment and is all about entertaining people, really what good does it do? And Sam was very, very well respected, and he was a very nice man, but he was also a ruthless man, and very very set in his ways. And Sam was all about the dollar bill. So more respect to him, man, because he was able to do it, and he was able to do it as a promoter, not, never having worked, but he had the endorsement, and he was able to do it for many, many years. So, hats off to him. And again, it was prestigious to work in St. Louis, and that was all done based off of how you know how people felt about it. And if you felt good about it, then that was the right place to be, and right place to go and make yourself feel good. But I mean, there's other ways to feel good.